remote view or astral project, because they can only do that with demonic power, with the help of the demon. And so you can always have those demons punished for helping that person target you or your home. I always leave it in the Lord's hands. That's why I ask Him in His name. And then what happens is His result. It's in His hands. But the thing is, you have to stand up. You have to take control. Because when you start standing up in warfare against Satan and his kingdom and the military and all these evil factions that have sided with him, they'll start fearing you. And you'll see a lot of it stop. What they'll do is they'll resort to hit-and-run type stuff. Like hit them while they're asleep with laser beams so they don't see it. And you may find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, Lord waking you up for some unknown reason. You just happen to open your eyes so you can see something going on. And He's showing you for a reason, He's showing you things that are going on around you so that you can learn, take warfare actions against it. If you're waking up in the middle of the night for no reason, you're seeing shadows in your room, ask the Lord to send His angels to bind them with chains and cast them into the abyss. Or ask Him to send His angels to chase them out with flames of fire. I like that one. Especially if they're humans. If you're not real sure if it's a human or a demonic being, then just ask the Lord to chase them out with flames of fire. And if it's demonic, cast them into the abyss. As far as, I see it now, it's like if they're going to remote view here and they're humans, they're going to go back burned. They may keep their lives, but they're going to go back burned. They'll learn to mess with me. And what they'll do is they'll lose people. They lose people in this war, and then they'll send newbies out. That's on their shoulders. That's on their shoulders, not mine. And so that's what you have to do, folks, is learn to take a proactive stance against it, because they will leave you alone. When they know that if they come up against you, that they may never make it back again, they're going to think twice, and they do think twice. I mean, I saw all that stuff stop, finally, when I started learning warfare. And I have warfare prayers on my website. It's thewatcherfiles.com. Go to that website and put in warfare prayers, and it'll close doorways and gateways and things you might have in your house. It'll help you learn to break generational curses, things like that attached to you. And so I'm going to go through and say those prayers also. But also, folks, when you see this stuff happening, just stand up against it. Just start taking action against it. You can do anything in the name of Yeshua, and Satan's going to crumble. His kingdom will fall. You don't need all this expensive stuff. You don't need nukes and missiles and all this stuff. But what I like about the orgone is that you can relax a little bit. Instead of having to be on the defensive every night about demons coming into your home or your room or whatever, the orgone will automatically just keep them away because they hate it. And so you learn how to get some breathers. Keep the phantoms. Your dog's outside barking all night long. You think he's barking at ghosts and shadows and raccoons or whatever. They see these beings. Dogs can see them. And a lot of times these beings will stand outside your home and look through your windows inside your house and watch you. And that's what the dog sees, and that's why he's barking. And dogs will scare away aliens, but these phantoms are pretty much unaffected by dogs. But the dogs will let you know they're around. But you can place orgone in your yard and inside your house, under your bed, so you can sleep at night. And then if you're woken up, it's usually the Lord Himself waking you up because He wants you to see something. And we're just always on the guard, folks. We're warriors. We're not sleep couch potatoes, although we would enjoy sleep a couple of nights a week. Consider that, it's just par for the course. But yeah, make them fear you. I know some of you are so battle-hardened, you don't fear them, you just can't get rid of them either, and you don't know what to do. And that's why I've just spent the last 10 to 15 minutes telling you how to fight against them and how to stop it. Because they're not going to stop. They just keep coming and coming and coming. Another question from a listener. What do you think of the Barack Obama fever sweeping the nation? Do you still believe Hillary will win? And have you seen the YouTube video on Barack Obama called The Revelation, the Antichrist, and the False Prophet? Is very sobering. He is the black beast that I've seen in the codes. Remember back when Prophet Yahweh started his whole UFO calling down thing? I was wondering back then if he was the black beast I'd seen in the codes. This Prophet Yahweh. There's definitely a black beast, a Negro beast. And I've seen that for years. Just didn't know what it is. Definitely Obama. Obama is getting more dominant in the codes. Now that I know what to look for, if I'd known his name earlier, I would have known to look for him. Here's an email from somebody. If you were soul scalped, you would be pushing the Nasera issue, and you would stop making orgone. This is true. I would become one of them. But back to the question on Obama. I'm not soul scalped. I'm just a warrior for the Most High. I've spent my life loving Him, and I've spent the last 20 years serving Him. And that's just who I am. Leading His people on earth and how to tear down the strongholds of Satan and His New World Order. And we're doing a good job of that, plus the tearing down this age of Aquarius that's going to be implemented. As far as back to Obama, he snorts this monoatomic white powder gold. He's a snorter of it, and that's why he has that aura around him, that glowing, that aura, from snorting this monoatomic gold. People giving him messianic qualities like, oh, he's got this Messiah complex or whatever. It's just the aura. It's because of this aura, and it's the same aura that Maitreya's going to have, that Jesus is going to have, that the angels are going to have, and we know they're all fallen, ghastly, beastly aliens. They're not angels from the Lord. And it's from this white monoatomic gold. It's how they figured out to beat death over the last umpteen hundreds of years. Why they can live to be 700 to 1,000 years old or whatever is through this gold, this white. They've figured out how to manipulate it. And what it does, it tweaks somebody's DNA enough to where they can be completely possessed. Just like you're going to see George Bush if he takes Road B and becomes one of them. He's just becoming completely possessed. Satan incarnate in man. Definite candidate. Barack Obama, definite candidate. Definite candidate. Any one of these that can be completely possessed to become Satan incarnate in man. Do I think he's going to beat Hillary? I don't. At this rate, either way. It's going to be either way. Because he's pure lizard. I just sent a thing out, my list last week, about this prophecy from this African nation, this African prophet who said 100 years ago that in the last days it would be a child of theirs that would destroy the United States of America. And sure enough, Barack Obama's lineage goes all the way back to this tribe. He would destroy America, but so would Hillary Clinton. Who's ever the president of the United States in the last days, even George Bush right now, either one of them could become the Antichrist. Hillary could become it. There is a lady beast. There's a Negro beast. There's an Arab beast. There's an Aryan beast. The Aryan beast will be Jesus because he's going to be the white one. Maitreya is a little bit darker. He's the Arabian beast. Then you have the Negro beast and the lady beast, and those are pretty self-explanatory. And I've always said Hillary Clinton is dominant with martial law. And the reason I saw her name so dominantly in 2003 is because I knew what her name was. If I had had Obama back then, I might have seen things differently or a different way, but she is still very dominant with martial law. She is still a candidate to be president during the year 2009, a definite possibility. And mind you, she wasn't even in the Senate when I was talking about these things. So this is how far we've come. And everything just chugging along. It's the same timelines that I've seen. I've been talking about for years. Another email from Melissa. This will be the last one I take for the night, folks. Hi, Sherry. Glad to have you back on the air. Hope you get lots of rest. I have a friend whose mind is stuck on the idea that crystals are New Age. I've tried to explain to him that they are not. Do you have an answer I can give him? If they have, the same thing as churchdom. It's the same thing throughout most of churchdom. They all have I even had a problem with crystals when I first heard about it. But the Lord told me if you have a problem with crystals, you have a problem with heaven. Because heaven is laden with golden crystals. It's not the crystals itself. Crystals is a pure gemstone. It's the way it's used by the New Age. The New Age abuses it. They use it for evil. And so it's not the stone itself. It's not that gold's evil. It's the way men use it. Men worship it. Otherwise, there wouldn't be gold in heaven either. It's not the stone itself. It's the way it's being used. And Satan abuses and perverts everything. Hi, Sherry. Sorry for this whole